Greetings, ladies and gentle readers. I'm Dwight, and I finished me reading Hedge Wizard 4 Lit RPG Game Lit Adventure by Alex Marr. Cool. Gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite ongoing fantasy series so far. It's not the greatest fantasy series in the history of ever, but I like good old Wizard Humphrey here. I do. I do. I'm kind of even into the world and like the backstory that we're getting, or not the backstory so much, but what's what I'm looking for? The setup we're getting, and we're learning more about the gods and a whole bunch of cool stuff. Whole bunch of cool stuff. 4 books in, still has my attention, and I'm waiting for book 5, which book 5 we know is going to be coming March of next year. So about a year in between books. And it shows. There's a lot of really, really bad authors out there. I've got a playlist full of them where they don't take time to really flesh out their characters, flesh out their world, think about what's going on, and they just try to jump from thing to thing happening as soon as humanly possible. And that's not what's going on here. That is absolutely not what's going on here. Like, we're book 4, right? When we finally hatch the dragon at his side, which the author was planning to do for the last couple of years, literally at this point. But they're pacing themselves and they're building up to that dragon being hatched. And that was cool. That is fantastic. We knew over the course of a couple of books that he was going to have to go back to Draklyn because of that dragon. Like, we knew we were getting there. And now he's finally there. Cool. While they're there, I mean, yeah, author obviously needed something to do while they're there that tied into what's going on in the world at large. And the world at large was the fallen lands are running amok, right? And so we have a little bit of that going on here too. Not everyone loves the main character. Not everyone is like, rushing to be his best friend or whatever. It seems like they're also setting up other things. Like, you can tell, I'm not sure, I don't think he's going by a formula, but you can see certain things of what's happening, I think. There's one thing I'm a little bit uncertain about. For example, like in this book, in the beginning, he runs afoul of one of the gods chosen, one of the gods of justice and laws chosen, something like that. And that doesn't go over the greatest, might have made an enemy of them that we might see in later books. The option is there. If they pop up again, cool. But it's not like, oh, this person is here and they're here for this book and then they go away. No, they're here and they might be used later. I don't know. We might never see them again. I have no idea what's going there. And that's kind of cool because we don't really know who's going to be popping up again, who's going to be going away, where we're going next. We kind of have ideas. We have ideas of how that's going to turn about, but we don't really exactly know all of the details because the author is leaving enough of them behind to, mix and match and use wherever they want. That's pretty cool. We get to know more about the book, as you can see here in the cover, the good old Book of Infinite Pages. We learn a lot more about that one. Not everything, though. Learn more about where Selene, yeah, wow, my brain completely froze. Learning more about her land, where she came from, her people. We're learning interesting things about other things while we're going along, like gnolls, these little monsters that most people just hunt down and kill. We see a different side to them. That's kind of interesting. We've got some good old necromancy woven on in, which also fairly fantastic. We're seeing the author, not the author, sorry, well, yeah, the author writing the main character having to make decisions on how he's going to continue progressing in power. Will he take shortcuts? Is he going to stay on the path he's currently on? Making all of these fantastic decisions. Like I said, it's not the greatest book, the most ultimate fantasy in the history of ultimate fantasies, but I think it's probably one of the best fantasy series currently ongoing. I've read a lot of them that were just so disappointing or turned disappointing or decided they needed to suddenly, um, cater to this or cater to that. It's like, oh, I need to pick up more of those Game of Thrones people, so I need to start doing this. Or, oh, this is a trend right now. I need to, to kind of like wedge that into my book somehow to, sell more paper. No, it's staying to what it always has been, and it's just telling a story really, really well. And I like that. Way to go, Alex Marr. Like right now, you can see here barely on the screen 0 and 0, 2-star and 1-star, and it's completely understandable. When an author actually takes time to flesh out what they're doing, it's respected. It's not like some things that I've reviewed recently. Looking at you still transcending dreams. I've literally done like 3 book reviews today. Um yeah, it's not like that at all. All I know is even though I have to wait an entire year for more of these two, I am definitely looking forward to seeing what happens. Where are they going next in the story? They're going to probably be meeting up with the rest of his party, I'm going to assume. And I have no idea what's going to happen next, but I am absolutely looking forward to finding out. This is a series I will reread. Like, there's 4 books to enjoy here. And I can't say enough about the pacing of it. Like, he starts off, in case you haven't read it yet, he literally starts off with this character who, as you can see here, definitely has to rely on other things. He's not a very strong character. He's like just some kind of back alley wizard, essentially, going from place to place, having to like write down long formations in the dirt to like get his spells working. And over the course of, when did this first come out? 2022, and it's 2024 now. So over the course of the years that the author has been writing this, slowly the character is getting stronger, and it's been fantastic to watch that growth. Yeah, overall a joy to read. Can't recommend Hedge Wizard enough. If you like fantasy, pick it up. There's lit RPG elements, but barely. I wouldn't be surprised some people who see lit RPG tag get angry, because usually people see lit RPG, they're expecting like hardcore stats and, leveling up and experience points and like things like that. The lit RPG system is very much tied to his Book of Infinite Pages in a very unique way. He's taking like a dash of lit RPG, enough to admittedly grab that sweet label here and adding it to his book. Either way, I like it. Read it. Can't recommend it enough. Hedge Wizard 4 by Alex Marr. Wonderful story. Can't wait for the next book. Have you read it? Are you going to read it? Hope you do. As always, see you next time. Okay, everybody.